bullshit.
How you gonna say that bullshit, bitch?
Nah,
What they listen to right there?
no, they don't play that slow enough.
They drinking cognac and everything. I went out with my mama and them they play. They got a setup. They call it setup. They got a little bucket and they give you the liquor and the ice and the cups and it for $6. It be some cheap ass liquor, but you get a bucket.
Right.
They call it a setup.
A setup.
A setup. It's a hole in the wall. It's a setup.
Lord. Anyway.
Yeah.
Alright, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Ms. Bels.
I'm here.
He had that shirt on last.
I slept in it. I did all kinds of
He
things.
had that shirt on last night, but I thank him for still representing.
I don't have relations in it.
That's nasty.
I love my shirt. I was stacking up.
He's so nasty.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is our weekly recap vlog number 18.
Mm-hmm.
And we back, y'all.
Yeah. I ain't went nowhere.
So yeah, we ain't went nowhere. So it's been a very, very, very long week for both of us.
Whoa.
A very long week for both of us. Shout out.
Multitask.
Yeah, we was multitasking this week. Shout out to everybody who came to Atlanta this weekend for the A3C Hip Hop Music Festival. If you never heard of it before, it is the largest hip hop music festival in the South. It's been going on for several years now. They have like over 300 or so artists, well-known artists, all the way down to your independent underground artists. It's really a place where the underground people can really get some shine and people get to know who they are and hear their music and things like that. So it's a very good look. It was a lot of people from out of town here. I met a couple of people from like Canada and a lot of other little places. So it was a good weekend for fellowshipping and networking and getting to know people. So you know, Stacks Mag, man, Stacks Mag was on the scene. You know, trying to get footage of all of the some of the concerts or performances. It was different stages. How they have it set up is that it's different venues all around the city or near the downtown area, and people can go and sponsor. Like Karma Loop had a stage that they sponsor. Grand Hustle had a stage. That's the stage that we went to last night at this venue called the Quad. And different like at the Host Hotel, the Malia Hotel downtown, they had a lot of like educational forums and seminars and stuff like that for producers and rappers and how to get your music and how to get your music licensed for like video games and TV shows and stuff like that. So it was you know, not only just the music, but they also try to educate, you know, the artists and the producers and managers and other people like that that's in the industry that, you know, just need to know their information since they're, you know, they're part of this this industry. Right. So so we got a lot of hot videos, a lot of video footage that's coming that's going to be uploaded to our YouTube. Yeah. So check for that this week. Some of it will start going up tonight. We have a lot of stuff that we've been uploading to our Instagram page as well. So go check out our Instagram at Stacks Mag.
Yeah. Check out Bell's. Don't check out mine.
What?
Instagram.
Oh yeah. He ain't got nothing on his Instagram page. He got videos with no volume.
Ain't that fucked up?
But anyway, but yeah, you can check the Stacks Mag Instagram page, and yeah, be looking out for all that the good stuff that's gonna come, and it should be very entertaining to you guys. Okay. So, anything you had to say about A3C? Oh, and it was his first experience last night. He went with me to the Grand Hustle stage, and we was there all night. We was there all night. So now he gets to see what, you know, what I go through and what, you know, like my photographer, if I have my videographer, will go through to be there just to get that footage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, how was your experience?
I enjoyed it. I totally enjoyed it. Other than my feet damn hurting at the end of the thing, feet was hurting. But I liked it. You know, I got that Frenchie.
No.
I got the Frenchie footage from Brick Squad, but yeah, ain't no volume on it. But he was saying that he loved Gucci. He sung a lot of Gucci songs, so
he was like, ain't no love lost or whatever.
Right. And you know, Grand Hustle was deep in now, you know, passing out blunts and stuff. Did you see the guy when B.O.B. plastic bud? I like
the girl that was a girl that took it behind the.
Oh real? I'm like, dude, I want the blunt. You know, I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying? So you know, it was a very good experience. A lot of artists performed. A lot. What's the artist from California? Man, that guy was great. I enjoyed him.
Right, Sonny Bonaho.
Sonny Bonaho.
Yeah, he had a nice little song called
Cougars, and he had another one. He had two nice
Concubine Juicy.
Concubine Juicy. Yeah, I love that. And, hey, that's a great song. That's two great songs. I think that fella's gonna go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sonny Bono. Listen to Stax Mag. Put y'all on Sonny Bono. This guy's he's like Oriental or Hawaiian or something. But hey, he got a real great stage presence. Young Spody. That was my first time seeing Spody do a show. Spody was nice. I ain't gonna lie. Spody,
he going somewhere.
Spody going somewhere.
He just stay out of
jail. If he stay out of jail, yeah, he'll be somebody. Yeah, Dobie.
Yeah, from Montgomery.
Yeah.
We got footage of him.
Yeah, I like him. You know what I'm saying? I have another question, but you know that's for a later topic. Between
about Dobie.
Yeah, no, just rappers. What is they wearing pleather or leather? You know what I'm saying? But that's another topic. I don't know. Let me find out, Dobie.
Let me find out. Yeah, some of them on stage. Yeah. It wasn't no full blown leather. It was pleather.
Yeah, it was a little pleather going. Let me find out that there wasn't no leather that you got on, Dobie. Don't put your at T.I. You wrong now. You
stupid.
You represent Grand Hustle, but everything else was great. It was a great show. You know what I'm saying? The crowd, the energy was great. You know what I'm saying? We got to show love. What's the lady name? Lady B.
DJ Lady B, I think she be on Streets 94.5, but she showed us love the entire night. I don't know if it was because we had on our shirts and we was in the front, but she just kept shouting out Stax Magazine the whole night. So that was definitely a good look. You know, got our name out there.
I'm gonna do a 48 hour for y'all. Stand up.
Got our name out there and everything, so that was definitely a good look. I said I might send her some flowers or something, a card or something. You know what I'm saying? Just a little thank you.
Right.
You know what I mean, for doing that, and cause she didn't have to do that.
No, she didn't. She could have walked by us and even recognized us.
Exactly. So thank you, DJ Lady B, for doing that as well. But other than that, we had a good time this week. I'm glad this week is over.
Yeah.
So now I can get some relaxation in, because there ain't nothing major really happening again in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that Black Marilyn Monroe need her rest.
She sure do, because I was catching power naps here and there like, let me get an hour here, let me get an hour there.
I think I tried to catch a nap at the stage on the bars, like.
Right.
Man, that was a long process, but hey, it's good. It's good when you get the footage though.
Right. Okay, so we going into the topics for today.
We're talking about stocks. You know what we're going to talk about?
We starting off with that?
Might as well.
Might
as well.
Okay, go ahead then.
You know, last week we said we're gonna focus on stocks. We're gonna give several
videos.
We're gonna give several videos about stock. We're just not gonna say invest in the stock. This the stock to invest in. We're gonna talk about how to invest in the stock. We're gonna break it down all the way down to the definition of stock, because we want everybody to invest. You know, and start investing in stock and building a portfolio.
Right.
You know,
well, not necessarily. We ain't gonna say investing into stock, because everybody might not be that aggressive and that much of a risk taker to invest in stock.
Right.
What we're trying to do is, our main goal is just to educate the viewers. If you would like to invest in stock, we're just trying to break it down to its simplest form so you can understand, because a lot of the information that you may find on the internet or may hear like on MSNBC or something like that, it just kind of go over your head because you don't understand the terminology that they may be using, or things like that. So we just trying to break it down for our viewers so you can understand. And so if one day you got the money to go ahead and invest in stock, then you can do so. You know what I mean? And you'll know, you'll have a clear understanding of what it is that you're about to get yourself into. So we're, like he said, we're breaking this down in several different videos, and then we'll move from we may move from stock to bonds, and then from bonds to IRAs and things like that. You know what I mean?
Different ways to invest your money.
Different ways to invest your money. Not
Instead of buying a car and a couch and all that shit. We're going to move away from buying cars and couches and shit that holds no value. We want stuff that hold value.
Right.
But I'm going to give you a quick definition of a stock. A stock is a definition of capital raised by a business or corporation through the issues of subscribed shares, meaning that let's take McDonald's when it first started out. McDonald's started at a corner store. McDonald's wanted to buy the store on the next corner or the next corner. Instead of going to the bank and asking for a loan, they open up their shares to their workers. And then if it gets so big that they open it up to the public. Am I saying it right, B? I'm gonna say it right, so I want y'all to understand what we're talking about. I want y'all to understand this is very powerful. You know what I'm saying?
What he's trying to say is, yes, using McDonald's as an example. McDonald's as a company, it could be McDonald's, it could be Burger King, it could be any other company, it could be Home Depot, it could be Foot Locker, whatever. At one point, a company or at a certain point, a company may get too large for itself.
Right.
Like, even though the company may be making money, they still are in the red because they probably are acquiring more expenses than they are making in, more revenue that they're bringing in. Right. So at that point, when they see that they need more money on their books, instead of going to a bank, like he said, for a loan or opening up a line of credit or something like that, they choose to open up to allow their employees to purchase shares within their company. Basically, this is instant capital that they're receiving as a company by selling these shares to their employees. If it gets to a certain point after they sell the shares to the employees, if that's not enough money, they may want to file for IPO, meaning have an initial public offering, allowing the public to purchase shares. Like if you listen to the news and you hear about how Twitter has gotten so big to now it needs more money because they have more expenses that's coming in, because they only survive off their advertising dollars anyway. Right. But they are still kind of in the red because they are having more expenses. They probably opening up more office locations and things like that. So now I believe at the beginning of February or the end of this month, they're going to have an IPO, and I personally want to purchase a couple of shares in Twitter, because
Facebook is too late for Facebook. Facebook also on Instagram.
Right, they had opened it up too at one point last year, I think. Right,
but Instagram now is putting ads out. Be looking out if you got Instagram. If you got the Instagram page, be looking out for advertising that's going to be on your page. Yeah, start
floating through there too.
So that makes whoever owns shares in Facebook gonna go up, because they are opening up for a commercial to invest into their Instagram, and they're already doing it with Facebook. Right. Yeah, some might be too far. You got some people, I look at their Facebook page, they have freaky stuff on there. I'm like, damn, they're a freak. They got cool shit, but
it's because of it. The advertising, we getting all off, which we shouldn't. We always get a habit of getting all off the topic, but that's because just like how Yahoo does theirs, and if you see yourself searching the internet, you may see ads that pop up on the right or left side of your screen. It's based on the things that you naturally search for. The internet itself, right? It's basically trying to sell you things that you like, not necessarily love, but just things that you like or things that you search for. If they see that you buy shoes all the time, you may start seeing strange ads on the side that's about shoes, that's shoe related. So that's the reason for that. And
it makes the shares go up because they have sold what you look at on the internet to a company, and the company pay for it, and they give the investments into your Facebook or to your Yahoo, to your Google, and things of that nature. And whoever invested in Google or Yahoo or Facebook, their stock goes up. So,
right.
And that goes the same as for McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, as long as the advertisers keep purchasing, advertisements or whatever on Facebook and Instagram and all these other places, yes, if you own shares in that company, you win ultimately. But the thing is, you may win for a certain amount of time, but hey, who's to know? One day Facebook may fall to the wayside, and people's advertisers start taking their money away from Facebook. It could be the next big thing down the road. The advertisers say, hey, people are using this over here more, so let's take our money from Facebook and move it over there. So, purchasing stock is definitely risky. You have to be a risky person. You have to be aware. You have to stay tuned, tuned in to what's going on as far as your stocks. But as the initial conversation about this, we wanted to just give you the definition so you can understand exactly what stock was
and how stocks operate
and how they operate. But we'll get more into how they operate down the line in different videos. Like, we'll get to the next step on the next video.
How to invest in stocks. How to start investing.
Yeah, how to start investing in stocks. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What's next?
Speaking of stocks itself, one story that we published on Stacks Mag website this week, we talked about the billionaire Mark Cuban, who owns the Dallas Mavericks, and he owned Yahoo, and I think he still owns Yahoo or whatever.
He was a billionaire off of stocks. He made $1 billion. He built the company. He opened it up for shares. Some company bought him for $1 billion. That would made him a billionaire. Once he got his $1 billion, he bought the Dallas Mavericks. And now he's in trouble because he invested his stocks into a company, and he owns so many shares in the company that he's involved in investment trading. Investment illegal inside trading.
Yeah, he Mark Cuban, he owns so much stock in this company, this internet company, and the internet company must have been whispering, or he overheard that they were not really doing so good, and that they would eventually start selling stock. So what he did was, he wanted to save, like, I think his stock he had maybe was like worth maybe $900,000. He wanted to go ahead and sell his stock before they opened it up. You know what I'm saying?
Before it went down.
Before they announced it publicly, he wanted to go ahead and sell his so he can make his money back. He didn't want to risk losing his money. So because of that, the SEC stated that he was in violation for insider trading because
he knew beforehand.
He knew beforehand what the company was going to do, and he went ahead and sold his stock. If you remember, the same thing happened with Martha Stewart, but Martha Stewart, she took that information. She ended up going to jail. This particular violation for Cuban, that he is fighting it because he said that the company knew what he was going to do. It wasn't like he went behind their back and did it. But he's facing a fine which could go up to as much as $3 million that he'll have to pay if found guilty. But at this point, it doesn't specify whether or not he's going to have to do any time, you know, any jail time for it or whatever. So, you know, when it comes to these stocks and investing in these companies, and especially if you own a lot of shares, like it's illegal to do certain things.
Over
you know,
51% of the company.
Right. You can't just know that, hey, the company doing bad. Let me hop out real quick. Let me go and get my money. Let me trade the shares I have and get my money up. You can't do that. So, you know, and because that's ultimately unfair to all the other investors who own shares in that company too. Because I feel like shit, Mark Cuban, he got the heads up. Why the fuck I didn't get the heads up, and I own some shares too in that company. You know what I mean? I want to save my little
coins.
$30,000 worth of shares or whatever, you know what I mean? So, you know, so it's illegal, so definitely don't do that. But if you want to read more about it, you can go to stacksmag.net and read up on that.
Right down.
Anyway, so the other big thing that's been going on this week is the government shutdown. It's so much that's been going on, you know. I don't even know. Sometimes I be tuned into the news, sometimes I don't. Right. But you've been keeping up with
the basically issue is behind the Congress. Congress create bills to pass. Okay, you got a GOP Republican led Congress, and they are deep over the Democrats, but you got a Democratic-led Senate, and you also have a Democrat president. So if the bill is not made up by the Congress, it can't come to the Senate first of all. So the Congress is not making up a bill to continue to keep the economy flowing for America. You know, you have to pay for stuff that years ahead of time, like a year ahead of time, for your roads, for your state roads, for your state parks, for your federal parks. That is created through the Congress, the federal Congress that passed these bills. The federal Congress is not passing the bill. If they pass a bill, they're going to put Obamacare to cut Obamacare. We say call Obamacare. Let me get this correct. It's not Obamacare. It's Affordable Health Care Act. But Republicans have made it into a word Obamacare to relate to the people that work around the GOP and call it Obamacare and make them like, oh no, I don't want to vote for this. Which we can go farther than Obamacare. It's called Romney Care, which is a Republican that started this in a Democratic state. Basically, and what this insurance does is open up the market for smaller insurance companies to get your business, divide for your business. It's kind of like when the cell phone companies opened up about 4 or 5 years ago. The FCC opened it up for several. If you think you got all kind of cell phone companies that you can buy cell phone service from AT&T, Verizon. What's in Atlanta? The one outside of Atlanta. You can't go outside of Atlanta.
Metro PCS.
You got Metro. You got one. You have another one. You have small communication service. This is the same that's going to happen to insurance. And they open it up for various companies. So they just can't milk you. Because if anybody working there listen to this, they know that their insurance has been going up every year, annually. So the Republicans don't want to fight for Obamacare, Affordable Health Care Act. Hell, I've been brainwashed. I've been watching CNN so much, they got me calling it Obamacare. It's not Obamacare. It's Affordable Health Care Act. And now you got the ceiling debt of income on the line now. We ain't even talking about the Affordable Health Care Act. We're talking about the income ceiling debt that the federal government has to expand. Right. Because the federal government spends so much money, it expands every year. Now the Republicans are like, nah, we're not finna expand it. We're finna keep it where it's at. But the president is like, nah, forget the Affordable Health Care Act. We know that's gonna pass. Now we finna put in a package of the ceiling debt of the federal government. You guys are gonna pass that too, or we ain't gonna agree on none of it. And I'm looking for this to happen. I'm looking for this to go on until the last week in October. So whoever was working at federal companies, you know, you hold your head. This is gonna last until about the last week in October, because whoever lose, they don't want to look like they bowed out gracefully.
Right.
They want to fight until the end, but they know they don't have no fight. So they're gonna fight until probably October the 31st. This will end October the 31st, because if it don't end October the 31st, then you kick in whoever got disability, retirement checks. And they don't want to even touch that, because if they touch that, the economy really is going to hell.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on with the government shutdown. Be prepared to, like I said, the end of October, before they really make a decision on the government shutdown. I hate to say it, whoever benefit off of it, but they also put in place, I saw in the news today that they're going to reimburse those people that's losing money from the shutdown. So they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
So that's what's going on with the government healthcare. I mean, with the government shutdown. So be aware and pay attention. Make sure you vote though. So we won't have this problem with Congress.
Right.
If you stay in those communities that's more populated with white people, you go show your black face, or you go show your Democratic face. You know what I'm saying? We got white people, we love y'all too.
Right.
But go show your Democratic face to offset that balance of people. So, and we won't have this government shutdown all the damn time. You know, because we finna lose. The poor people gonna lose something. Yeah. Whether it's food stamps or something with children's child care, we're gonna lose something in this debate at the end of October. So be prepared. We're not going to lose a lot, but we're going to lose something. And as poor people, we should lose nothing, because they won't have nothing. Right. But they don't give a damn. So that's what that is.
Right. Speaking of children and healthcare,
oh yeah,
we want to say congratulations to
Sexiest Woman Alive.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle Berry. Halle Berry.
It's everybody's girlfriend. Why does Halle Berry name come up first? Like any dude's conversation, they be like Halle Berry.
She bad. She got long hair.
Who's your celebrity crush? Halle Berry.
Long hair, short hair. She got them bow legs, and ooh, she look good. You know, she just, you know. She ain't just all light skinned. Well, on TV she don't look like she all light skinned. She look like she brown, and she look like she in the middle. She ain't just light skinned.
I mean, she mixed anyway, but
yeah.
But anyway, congratulations to Halle Berry. She just had her second child at the age of 47 years old.
Woo!
Just popping them out.
Popping them out.
So, Situation Sunday question for the day is, how old is too old? Like, men, people always, number one, people always asking me, when you gonna have a baby? When you gonna have a baby? When you gonna have a baby? I don't know.
When you gonna have a baby?
I don't know when I'm gonna have a baby. I mean, it ain't nothing that, I don't know. So please stop asking me. I don't know. But if I choose to have a baby, or if Lord willing, God willing, I can have a baby at 47 years old, hey, that's when I will have one, at 47 years old. Okay. And it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter that I'm 47 years old, but for some reason, age is such a serious thing, you know, when it talks about birthing a child, having a child. Like, people feel like you shouldn't be that old, but I don't think you being a mother, a woman being a mother, we shouldn't have any limitations. I feel like as long as our body is functioning well, we have some good eggs, you know what I mean? Then we should be able to have a child whenever we want to.
Okay. Well, I rebuttal this by saying, I think at a certain age a parent should have a child. Reason being, you got these badass teenagers that's coming up, and if you in your 50s and this child is at, let's say Halle Berry, she's 47. Her child, she will be 57 when her child be 10. she will be in her 60s when her child be a teenager. You know, we just talking about teenager years. And everybody that has a child and at the adolescent year, you know that is the most trying years of a child's life.
Okay, and
if these are the most trying years, you got to be in tip-top shape to handle their ass when they get out of line.
And I'm sure that, parents who have, they will be.
Nah. Everybody I know that had old parents here, if they weren't old themselves, the children that act old, if they was out of hand, they was just out of hand. If they were freaks and their daddy was old, you can go in the basement and get it in.
The only thing, I mean, I ain't never been in that situation or whatever, but the people that I know that may have had older parents.
Tell it, keep it real and think back on it.
Older parents, they act old. Like,
okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Old, yeah,
like, they weren't necessarily wild out there doing everything, whatever, which they probably was, but for the most part, they just acted old, like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that all depends on the type of parent that you, I mean, that's a blessing, you know what I mean? But thank God that I'm connected to pop culture. I love it. So I try to stay updated on the happenings of what's going on.
Lord.
I'm forever young. You know, I still be around here, you know, doing my thing or whatever. So I don't think I would ever be like that old acting parent. Like, I will always be cool with my child. Even at the age of 60. You see what I'm saying?
So, but as a
Which
parent,
means if they get out of hand, then I'ma choke them, I'ma beat them.
somebody called defects on her already, ASAP. Pre-called defects on her, she already. But what I'm saying is, yeah, you cool and you understand, but we got parents that are young that cross this line of being a differentiating friend from being parent. You know,
I can differentiate from being friend and parent and still be cool. There's a way to do that.
And not have your house in a wreck. Cause you got a lot. You got some kids that out there to wreck the whole damn house because
just beat them to death. That's because them people ain't beating them. I mean, come on now. Most of the times the kids, you know, that's real bad like that is because they have soft parents. They have parents who don't discipline them.
Now I think they in the beginning they probably
and it ain't got nothing to do with whether or not the parent in their 60s or 40s or whatever. That ain't got nothing to do. It just some parents just don't discipline their kids now.
At a certain age, and then they try coming back around. You try at your adolescence, it's too late because we know the most years that kids learn is between the ages of 1 and 4. So if you don't let them do what they want to do from 1 to 4, and then you get from 5 to 7, they basically don't form the way they think from 5 to 9. They don't form the way they think. So now you come back around from 10 to 12 and try to beat the hell out of them. It's too late. So you know you have to put that in consideration. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you won't
that
be a
don't
great
have nothing
parent.
to do with age. To me, that does not have. That's parenting just in general.
But what if the parent don't have the energy at that age?
You just shoot them in the leg or something. You throw a brick at the back of their head or something if they get out.
We're going to cut this tape because Bels will incriminate herself all the way around. She ain't got no children. Let's get a purple serve now. Bels have no children, and right now she's not thinking about children. So don't listen to this because she is on her mind right there.
I think age. Congratulations to Halle Berry and everybody else who have kids at an older age. If that's with God, that's a blessing.
Yeah, it is a blessing for her to have a child.
So,
but she got money.
And what that mean?
She got a nanny. Yeah, my grandma was a nanny too.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I mean, I'm sure anybody who regular person that's not a celebrity, quote unquote, at 47, 50 years old and they have a baby, I'm sure they probably well established in their careers. You know what I'm saying? So where
they ain't got enough money to get no nanny now.
Who at 50 ain't got enough? I mean, you know, it's people that live in poverty.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm just saying, like, it's for people who I'm talking about, just your average middle class families now.
They get nannies. Come on now.
Right. Okay, you don't need no nanny. You got a little niece, a little nephew, or whatever that can keep your kid.
What if the niece and not putting on the bed and got the boy coming through there and smashing her
Not
out?
tonight, cause she gonna have to babysit.
See, you put too
Her
much.
cousin.
Nah, see, you know what I'm saying?
She gonna have to babysit her cousin.
Parenting is a very hard task. You know what I'm saying? I can agree, it's very hard.
But don't limit yourself. Don't listen to head. If you want to have a baby, or you just happen to have a baby at 40-some years old,
Go ahead.
you know what I'm saying? That was a blessing.
Will she be a little freak?
So when I have mine at 47 years old,
Lord have mercy.
I'm gonna call head.
And I'm gonna tell
Say
you.
keep them like I'm trying to go on my date night.
I'm gonna tell you.
Why don't you keep?
I'm gonna tell you just like that man told him what's on Friday when he said, "Your cousin's a little hoe." But hey, man, that's a hard task. So if y'all shooting to have babies that late, God bless you. But hey, you got to
Ain't nobody shooting to have babies. Usually them circumstances be because it just happened. You know what I mean? Or they may have been having difficulties. I'm just saying, maybe a woman that may have had difficulties.
Now, I ain't gonna rock the difficulties. I can understand.
You see what I'm saying? So people ain't just shooting to have no baby at 47 unless they have had difficulties, and the doctor say, well, you know, you got one egg left or something. You might want to try.
One egg, you better shoot it.
Oh, whatever.
And you know them straight shooters. Them straight shooters be from the hood. You gotta get you a straight shooter from the hood. You can't get one of them conservative niggas. You gotta get one of them that, hey, he known to bang it out and hit the spot.
And he got 20 kids already.
Right.
So you know he's first.
He a straight shooter. Straight shooter, but he ain't shooting blanks at all.
Anyway, we off this topic. Anyway, tell us how you feel about it. Ladies and gentlemen, please leave comments. Do you think 47 is too old or what? But until next week, y'all, follow us everywhere. Stacksmag.net, Stacksmag, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. Follow us and tell a friend to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. We've been getting some more subscribers too, but we need to really get them numbers up. So definitely tell everybody, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
That's it for this week. Holla at y'all next week. Peace.